Alright, the music changed. You know what that means? It's time to get on with the stream. Hello, everybody. This is round 3 of the DGGO number 3. Just myself here today, and a lovely top 8. Let's have a look. These guys. Yes, indeed. Check it out. So, on our top 8, we have 3 Magmar, 3 Lionar, 2 Songhai. Abyssian, Vanar, and Vitruvian have all been knocked out. And we actually have a couple Dittos lined up with the double Argeon for Stoic Rooster versus Juicebox and the double Voth. We'll see which Saurian is the most supremacist. And then the other match that we've got is Poncho Mango versus Kitikaka. And our 4th series was cancelled as Snowy Onion has come down with something wicked and has to fight that instead. So best of luck. We don't want Snowy to be eliminated, but it is going to be a walkover in this tournament, so we've got 3 games to go through. But we're going to have a look at the deck that could have been. Our first series of the night is going to be Stoic Rooster versus Juicebox. Gonna be great. Following that one up with Poncho Mango versus Kitikaka. So the winner of DGGO 1 here, and in the prior match, the winner of DGGO 2. One of these guys looking to get a repeat, and in our 3rd match, Left Hook versus Magmar Bot. Yeah, some good stuff coming up. The 4th match, regrettably, Snowy Onion has disappeared with this Zoetic Charm deck, which was pretty strong up to this point. Juggernaut being pretty fancy, but we will be seeing more of Agent Cypher's Riva in the semifinals. But our first match, these two. Juiceboxy has been sitting around not doing much for the tournament, as last round was a bye because of the bracket shenanigans we did, where we rigged them. We rigged Juicy to face Rocks. But we're here now with Stoic. And as for some differences, we can see that since Stoic is opting to not run any spells, he's got Titan. So at some point his board is going to have +2 damage and a force field, which is going to be pretty explosive. Juiceboxy will be able to get some possibly sneaky moves in with a Magnetize or Divine Bond. But really, these Holy Emmos and the Claims, the Martyrdoms, Dioltus is really good for stopping aggression. Even more Dioltus on the other side, though. We'll see if this is the matchup for Impervious G to come out. That'd be exciting to see. And we are still in a best of 3, so these two will have to... First 2 wins takes it. Without further ado, I bring to you game number 1. In 3, 2, 1, going. Okay, Juiceboxy won the coin flip to go first, but maybe you don't want to be going first against Titan, who loves to ramp up and might be able to get there a little easier. There is a dream start where you can get Titan on turn 2 if you can get every single mana, but Juiceboxy's got plenty of removal and early plays to deal with that. Putting down the 3/3 Windblade Adept will be able to survive a bit, but the Sentinel plus the BTA is just too much. And the Sentinel middle is pretty annoying, because that's where Argeon typically wants to be. But Juiceboxy can just blast it if she feels so inclined. Yeah, Windblade is only giving a +1 on Zeal in DGG, whereas in D2 it gets a +2 on its Zeal. So there's some funny balance differences. I like that Blood Tear is the exact same card and about as useful, but it just costs half the mana. But the real trade-off is it cuts through your hand power. If you have too few cards in hand, it's not very many replace options. Juiceboxy opting not to do the destroy the guy with Draining Wave and sit in the middle, instead opting to build a bit of a board and keep some health, be able to trade out the Sentinel at any point. Well, Stoic's trophy's been bug fixed to say winner of number 2. Excellent. As first play, Stoic could potentially put down 2 minions with a Silver Guard plus a Primus Fist. Doesn't look to do that. Silver Guard versus Silver Guard. I think the Windblade Adept came where these stats haven't been changed in DGG. So it's what Duelist 1 had left off with. Goes for the defensive play of the Silver Guard. Stoic being wary of buffs or removal and wants to keep this thing alive. Still a couple turns off from getting the Titan down. Juicebox, you can kill the Sentinel pretty easily. The Silver Guard Knight in the back is a little hard to get, though. These cards are all such good quality, it's hard to replace any of them. Maybe the Draining Wave isn't exactly what you need now, and then that could be the one card that gets swapped. Definitely want as many minions off the table as possible against the Titan deck. Stoic Rooster definitely happy to have one just sitting in his hand. And gets the cat on the mana to get the plus attack. Really good roar here. Pretty solid board. And Stoic isn't going to have any spells to clear it out easily. The play might be to get a Litigris out, so the Silverguard Knight can get attacked, and then for a Cub to finish it off. Inquisitor Kron's also good, does a similar thing if the Broken Captive comes out. Replace already happened though, so no option for that. Draw 3, heal 3. Finds a ton of spells. Probably wants to throw the Draining Wave off. Either that or minions are going to be taking damage to clear the board. 2 turns until Titan. Magnetize doesn't do anything when you're stuck by Provoke. One of these spells has got to get replaced. Stoic is gonna have a really strong next turn with 2 Inquisitor Krons spawning minions, so something has to go. What if everything goes? This seems like the ideal board state versus Titan. No replaces though, values all these spells really highly. This is a bit of a situation for Stoic. A Sworn Avenger, Azure Herald, and a buff could be thrown out. Other option is a Litigris could be thrown out. Tiger to the right would be pretty good. Yeah, because this guarantees the adept just dies. Magnetize! Roar! Holy immolation! That is some serious damage. Wow. Teleporting Lion Burst? Look at that. That's why the Magnetize was in here. Hey! Well played, Juiceboxy. Taking the first win over Stoic Rooster. That's pretty strong. Let's see if Stoic can make a 2-0 comeback or if Juiceboxy's just gonna run away with the easiest W of her life. Going in 3, 2, 1. Alright, we are here game 2. Match point. Stoic Rooster, one more loss and he's eliminated. His opening hand is just every Blood Tier Alchemist replaces and finds the Titan. Versus Juiceboxy, up 1, with a cool cat maneuver last game. Where it can just do 8 damage if you can get it in their face with a roar. But is it better than a Windblade Adept? Because you might want the Adept down to bait removal and to trade early hits, and then keep the cat for later plays, but no, going for the cat now. Azurite Lion can take any mana that it wants. Our Titan players are so skillful, they always have the card in their hand. So 4 mana, Sworn Sister is pretty funny because she hands off all kinds of stuff, and a lot of it's good. Jolt is a lot more solid. Okay. I kind of thought the play was gonna be take the mana with a cat and drop a Joltis. Juiceboxy having some regret here. Did not want this adept down here. Cause now what? Like, take 2 steps up with the cat and BTA to just deny the mana? because this... I mean, it's not a bad formation. Units were played. Something nasty's coming out. Oh, it's probably the swords. Dancing Blade! The perfect counter to the lion. I guess taking 8 self-damage just to clear the Dancing Blades is the play. That's a third of your health bar. Ooh, alright, this seems good. Diltas here can't get hit by the Dancing Blades. Stoic Rooster needs to buy some time, 2 turns until Titan. The Latigra's turn over turn seems pretty strong. Other option is Lightbender shuts down the Tombstone text. I think Latigra's is a little stronger than doing the Lightbender. Leaves you with the nastier body and, well, we'll see. Lightbender gives you mana enough for Aurora. So Juice Boxy could potentially get a 6/6 here and then just chop in. The Tigger it is. The Dancing Blades passed their turn. Stoic just having it as a unit that sits there. Because if it came in and attacked, then it could have just died to Diltas. And then that would have made the thing. Not able to do a Holy Immolation right now. Other than hitting just Archeon, that's not great. Right, let me adjust the sound balancing a bit. You get to enjoy some Diablo 2 skull sound effects. So Juicebox Siege, throwing down the Silverguard Knight. Roars of the Dio. It's a nice lick of damage. One more turn until Titan. Titan turn is going to be pretty devastating. Already uses the replace, so Kron is only a medium play. Well, Kron's still really good. The Tigris is the perfect thing with Titan. Might have to ban the Tigris. It might be too good. Gets hit by the Lightbender, but that shuts off so much of these buffs that it's worth it. Didn't want to swing first to get an extra cat, because that would have been a ton of damage. Could still do some self-damage if Juice wants to nuke something, but probably can do fine just with these minions. Yeah, Stoic has a pretty sick board and a really nice next turn. Juicebox is going to want to fade and find some of her big removal spells. Or hopefully you get a 2-drop to get a nice immolation. We'll see. And not even a tombstone thanks to the Lightbender. So although Juiceboxy's got a hit point advantage, this is a bit of a board situation, hard to get out of. Silverguard Knight would be pretty nice if you could immediately immolate it, but that would be one too much mana. Okay, goes for the heal on the draw. Gets a bunch of options, but there's a gigantic board to deal with. It's got 2 pieces of removal. Neither of them are big enough to answer the Dancing Blade. Yeah, it seemed pretty unlucky for Juicebox to not have any of the Martyrdoms. They'd probably be in the deck because they go through the force fields. Ooh, but now that basically the only thing that answers this is an EMP. This is a decent answer though. A little bit of regeneration. The Regalia suite is probably too much though. The Broken Captive has shown up. And with that, oh, now Martyrdom shows up. Jeez, this thing was 1,000 years too late. If this thing just was able to lick a Tigris earlier, then it would have been a different game. As is, Acclaim is a nice to see, but it doesn't solve the gigantic equipment situation. Replaces and finds a second Dialtis. Dio into Holy Immo is usually a good turn. Fights to the last. Well played, Stoic Rooster ties up the series 1-1. Between these two. Alright, we're gonna jump into game number 3 to see who advances. Is it Stoic Rooster, the prior tournament winner, or is it Juiceboxy, the winner of the grudge match from the rivalry from earlier? Going in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Stoic Rooster finally on the left side. Gonna want to replace as much as he can just to look for Titan. Grovekeeper here is pretty strong in the Ditto. It's got a lot of good targets. Spelljammer will help find the Titan. Juiceboxy could just Draining Wave this 1-4 just to, like, annihilate it. Get out of here! Yeah, no mana ramp. Oh, replaces and finds the Titan. Well played. You don't want to just throw an Arclight Sentinel out and let your opponent have a 5-1. But it is good to just have a unit, so it's just a 2-4. Juiceboxy probably going to be happy to drop a Dio. But there is consideration for Draining Wave. Yeah. Boom. 8 damage to self already. But look at that board. So Stoic is probably gonna want to Lightbender away this Tombstone. But it could also just be Lightbendered once it is a Tombstone. And drop your own Dio. Dialtis versus Dialtis. Oh, too many Titans. Sworn Sister could find something funky. Hopefully it's not something oddly specific like Healing Synergy or something tiny. Other option is just draw 3, heal 3. Nope, we're going for funky. What do we got? Oh, here's a junky 1-4 and some cool equipment. Those work well together. This Grovekeeper's gonna be so strong. As soon as a Silverguard Knight shows up, it just runs in. Or even the Tombstone. And since it's such a good Tombstone counter, maybe you don't even want to drop it. Yeah, replaces one of the 2 Titans. Kron is okay. Dialtis can kill something for free. Blood Tear isn't great here. Roar doesn't do much. Maybe just drop Kron is just a big provoke dude. Might have to be placed, take 2 steps up and then place Kron even higher. Keep it out of the way. That might be good. Oh, take a step forward. Kill with Blood Tear. Hollow Grove Keeper is ready for the counterplay. Or, yeah, silence and then kill it. Hollow Grove Keeper the next threat. Well, that was a strong turn for Stoic. Juiceboxy's got this funny armor. Swaps it and finds removal. Probably wants to get a big holy immolation in. Crunch a bunch of units. It's probably better than a draw 3. Huh. Yeah. That pushes a ton of damage. This Tombstone's gonna be pretty annoying. Because you don't want to Martyrdom it, because that's just gonna heal him. You might just get magnetized at some point and then ganged on. But otherwise, it's like having a floating extra 8 hit points. Might want to do Kron and then replace. Get something random. What do we got? Oh, the ranged guy. Toiling Vassal's great. Okay, Kron's a fine target for Martyrdom. Eight hit points is so low. But lethal isn't here yet, so you have to play to the board. So after Kron dies, this 2-2 could die. Might be stronger than taking Stoic down to 6. Juiceboxy's gonna heal up. Divine Bond is here. It's not doing anything with his board, but it's good to see that in the deck. Alright, the Zeal plus the Roar cleans Kron pretty cleanly. Oh, watch out. If you hit 3k MMR, you'll start running into these guys pretty regularly, pretty quickly on the ladder. And these Alabaster Titans. It's here just in time. Alright, so Stoic finds himself another full set of equipment. Juicebox's spell box is just maxed. She can cast all the things. $10 damage though? Like a Martyrdom has to be used as removal, and then it's gonna be a big heal. Oh, it's Impervious Giago. Excellent, it is here. Big tanky boy. Unfortunately, actually no, this is just enough mana for Martyrdom plus Impervious G. That might be good enough. This Windblade Adept isn't doing anything. Okay. Goes for the full removal. So Stoic can't get any value out of his 2 of his 3 artifacts. And Stoic Rooster's got a couple good plays. Taking a chunk out of the Windblade is going to take one of his artifact pips. But that's a fine trade. Probably want Crontown and then replace to get anything. And if you get the Broken Captive, well, that's just broken. Okay, we got the Frenzy one. The Dispirited. Kron is here for a one-hit kill. These spells are not the spells that Juiceboxy needs. Acclaim right now would be real nice. No EMPs, unfortunately. Martyrdom might be something that you'd want to use on your own minion to just heal 10, which leaves you with nothing. Oof. That's not even another turn. This best minion, this 110 provoke. It's a fun one for Gauntlet because it kind of pumps up its attack every time you attack it, like the pig, so it counterattacks with more attack. But that buff is permanent, so it gets huge. And with a Divine Bond, it could just have another plus 10 attack out of nowhere. And with a Magnetize, it could just be anywhere. So these 2 spells become incredible now that Impervious G is here. Stoic cannot proc Latigrus this turn. has 7 damage, counting the roar and the BTA. Not enough. Yeah, 310 provoke. Technically, there's no Iron Cliffs in the lists. It's not to say you can't build your own with another unit. Goes for the Latigrus in the back. Instead of doing Primus Fist plus Roar. Could still take 2 steps forward, Roar and Primus Fist. And then take Juice Boxy down to 2. Nope, goes for the Spelljammer. It's a good option, get a refill. Dispel is a really strong way to counter Impervious G. It's getting some action now, though. Oh, Divine Bond. Wait, is this it? Hold up. Oh, a second Magnetize in hand? Well, that was a sweet hit. And the artifact is shattered, but at the cost of the health bar. Stoic Rooster has defeated Juiceboxy 2-0. Congratulations, Stoic. We'll be seeing more of him later. Good game was juicy. Excellent final hit. GG's, GG's. That was a good time with Linar. Let's do Linar versus Songhai. So we got Poncho Mongo, another trophy haver, here with his Golem deck. Gonna be spamming the board, mostly just to get a bunch of units out kind of thing, with a Grand Strategos that could be spec'd into, so it could be a trial deck. Watch out. Kitty Kaka here with Spell High. We got Mask of Shadows, big backstab action. Tagon is actually unnerfed here. Hold up. This is the Tagon that can lock a turn down. So that is going to be a really strong 2-of. And Twilight Fox is basically the combo Kitty Kaka goes with, because that'll teleport something behind your general. And the Grincher to get who knows what. And then Poncho Mango is just going to go for the spam, jam it out. Some big buffs here. Yeah, we'll see. If Poncho Mango can defeat Kitty Kaka. Starting that in game number 1. In 3, 2, 1. Alright. Match number 2, game number 1. Rolling into it just for fun. Check out this monstrous emblem. 1,200 Songhai wins. Versus Poncho Mango's many Gauntlet top 20s. And starting hands with Golem Metallurgists. Love to see it. Here's our boy, Tagon, the Citron Dragon. Look at that dope sprite. It's so good. It's so sick. It's way too early, though. Yeah, this is the biggest specialist I've seen. Kitty Kaka just jams games. And Deathstrike Seal is here to do some serious wipeouts. Combo that with a panda. And we can see Stoic Rooster had like the 2-pronged trophy, and Poncho Mango's got the 3-pronged one. Oh, I'm gonna have to ping Muko to see what she's got cooked up next. Poncho Mango's got a really dreamy starting hand. All 2 drops, all synergy. He had to really think about top or bottom placement. And it's a hard choice, you know? Like, do you want to be more zoomed out and in the back row? Or are you playing for, like, the bottom in front of the camera row? There's actually no difference in vertical symmetry at all. But hey, maybe someday there'll be a card that'll care about things above it or below it. Crypto here with a unnerfed Scroll Bandit. He's actually called Scroll Bandit Old. Ooh, look at that. Scroll Bandit knows how to backstab 1. The Protector is the wrong side of the wind cliff. But it's still a fine thing to have. With 3 mana, Poncho Mango might want to drop a Sureforger or 2 other units and set up for a big turn. Threatens the top mana tile just by being here. Very forward placement. He's gonna get in Kitty Kaka's face. Drops a Celebrant and then cancels the opening gambit, opting to not get a random mana tile nearby, which is good counterplay to Songhai teleporting a Scroll Bandit behind you. Yeah, when it prompts for a placement of mana tile, you can just hit skip. Kitty Kaka probably going to want a Death Strike Seal Sureforger just to get it away. It's a waste of 2 cards, though. That's probably fine though, because Bakezori can recover lost cards. And you gotta be wary of Brom immediately wanting to +2/+2 his team. Poncho Mango is one of the few players that runs Windcliff Protectors and Alarmists. Generally, you want to be pulling out the Alarmists, which are the small versions of these guys that pull out these 5 drops. By itself, it's just a 5 mana 5/5 provoke. But the idea is, if you summon it with the little guy, and then if the little guy dies, then the big guy transforms. Kitty Kaka not opting to clear anything, fades his way as much as possible, just builds up the board. We got a Wildfire Tonketsu here for some spell damage win condition. Crafty Toolbox. 8 gates doesn't actually do anything though, because there's no spell damage options immediately. Silver Guard, Knight. 2 sets of Provoke. It doesn't even matter that this Knight only has 1 attack. Its Provoke is causing a lot of problems. Sparrowhawk could potentially find a Mistdragon Seal, since it likes Scroll Bandits. That might be the play, and then hope you steal a holy immolation or some sort of AoE. The Scroll Bandit Old could be warped behind this Metallurgist. Or Sureforger? Nah. Doesn't work. What do we got? Trinity Oath. That's a fine thing to steal. This Sureforger, though, is completely unchecked. It's just so huge. Kitikaka cannot even believe that Trinity Oath is being cast for an even huger board. So Warblade's gonna give the Sureforger +2 and everything else a +1. And Fighting Spirit, really good card. Everything gets +1 health. And then Mango was spotted a card that gets a card. Excellent. Pretty dire situation for Kitikaka. Gonna need to get some sort of like teleport yourself out of jail technology. The Geomancer and the Wildfire Tenketsu is here for some sort of different late game, but there are so many minions to deal with. Something like a Painter is needed. Replaces and finds a Mana Forger. Trinity Oath! Oh, here's a Panda Death Strike Seal combo. And the Inner Focus is just one turn too late. This would have cleared everything. Oh, Poncho Mango getting in there with the first win against Kitikaka. Well played, well played. Yeah. If Kitikaka just was one turn quicker on those plays, then that Panda would have wiped everything. But let's see if that'll happen in game number 2. Going in 3, 2, 1, going. We are here, Poncho Mongo, currently up 1-0 against Kitikaka, who's going first. But of course, again, those gigantic. Look at that 12 stack. Let's go. Replacing one of the Jucks. Panda's here immediately. Doesn't have any turn 2 or immediate plays. Generally, you want like a Scroll Bandit out, but yeah. Oh, here we are. Gets the clock rolling immediately with a Phoenix Fire to the face. Poncho Mango's going to be really happy to open with a Herald, though, because that undoes it. Herald is good at any point, though, so you can just keep that. Usually you would replace this turn 1 if you had any other plays, because it's kind of weak. Speaking of which, replaces, finds an Alarmist. This thing's hella strong. It's a 4 mana, 2/2 that summons a 5/5 with Provoke. Poncho Mango's secret technology. The line, the Celebrant with diagonal back mana. Potentially huge next turn coming up. So Kitikaka is going to want to ruin that as much as possible. The dream turn would have been to have a 2-drop minion, or a 1-drop minion rather, to be able to swap it behind you. So the Celebrant gets out of the way and then use the fire to take out the lion. And then take the center? No, that wouldn't work. Maybe just drop a Lantern Fox, call it good. Or a defensive panda. Yeah, panda in the back. Because with this Jux, this panda can be anywhere. Poncho Mango can get 6 mana really easily. 7 mana if he puts the cat down here. But has to be wary of this Battle Pando just destroying everything in one hit with Deathstrike Seal. Pretty annoying thing to play around. Even if everything went towards the panda immediately, it would still full clear. So it just takes the top mana and Alarmist? Warblade? Okay. Pretty huge. Warblade 2 for good measure. Everything's bumped. Yeah, this is some real beef. This 6/6 provoke. Tag on would be a good answer to it, but is 2 turns off. Phoenix Fire does deal with the protectors, because you can throw it at the Alarmist, and then the protector turns into an Alarmist, and you just walk away from it. Unfortunately, that doesn't deal with the rest of the board, which is gigantic. So replacing for Deathstrike Seal seems to be the best thing to do. Because you could just be like, Abracadabra, I win! With 6 for 1. Replaces and finds the Avatar. Not the best replace. Phoenix Fire is probably still fine here. Could even drop the Avatar first. Or the Mana Forger. Leftover mana for an Arcane Heart. Panda's just chillin'. Might want to move it back. Moves it forward. But why? Everything got pinged. This Fighting Spirit is a pretty good counter to the Panda. Poncho Mango just going for the heal and refill. And kills almost everything. Tygon is still a turn off. But it's probably way too cool to replace. So probably this Mask of Shadows gets replaced instead. The other option... Oh, here's a panda. Well, it looks like it's option number panda. Might as well drop a Mask of Shadows just to threaten being able to backstab, even though this is so far away from being able to do that. Panda's nice though. Some stability. And Tygon here lets you just get an extra turn. So Poncho Mango could hit with 3 of his minions, including his general. Pump all of them up in the meanwhile. Seems good. Draining Wave. Okay, Kitty Cock, what do we got to get out of this? We got Dispels, potential for haste. Tygon, funnily enough, might not even get Kitty Cock out of the situation. It might still be an extra turn, though. Yeah. None of these guys can move next turn. It's a huge body. Poncho Mango could just make 2 provoke minions and call that good. Could potentially heal up with the Sure Heralds. Poncho being wary of this 6-4 hanging out. It's just gonna punch whatever gets dropped. Ooh, this is perfect positioning to not get punched by it, though. Because now Kitty Kaka might be forced to just drop a Lightbender just to turn off Provoke. And that doesn't do anything else. Like, this backstab doesn't work. Wrong side, you've been pinned in. Geomancer wants you to be fading. Maybe Geomancer... Nope, we're going for Lightbender. Which turns off the text that transforms this 5/5 into a 2/2. But allows it to get traded with this. And the final Lantern Fox in the way. Five hit points though. We got Celerity Cat on the table. Well played. Good game. Poncho Mango takes it 2-0. Kitty Kaka has been slain and is eliminated. Well played both sides. But congrats to Poncho Mango making it to the semis again. Which means we got one more match. We got these two. It's time for Lizards. We got green and green. Both sides rocking a Flame Stampede. Both sides with multiple Saurian finalities, which is a big spell that stuns and heals and deletes mana. Of course, both sides with Macantor. Left hook only with the 2. Yeah. Well, let's jump right into series number 3 between green and green. That's right, left hook and positive change, aka Magmarbot. Kicking off that in 3, 2, 1. Going into it. Oh, left hook with his full suite. A generalist versus the specialist. Magmarbot, known to play Magmar. No longer is he sitting in place just summoning pets all day. Getting groovy with the Grove Lion. So at some part you'll have a force field. Doesn't do anything early game though, so... Turn 1, Rustcrawler. It's bait for the natural select. Also, check out the sprite. Left hook showing up with his armor. Okay, Magmarbot opting to keep this Rustcrawler around for its opening gambit. Knows that left hook is running Iridium Scales, Adamantine Claws. Wants to keep it. Turn 1 Metallurgist. It's the dream. It's just so good. Maybe it's too good. Do we have to ban this card too? Magmarbot. Gonna Silphar to steal the mana. Nope, gonna Ragebinder to steal it. Slightly tankier. No cool golems to ramp into. Left hook is gonna want a position to steal mana next turn from a canter, maybe? Natural select doesn't do anything. Unless you use a crater. No, it still doesn't do anything. Maybe dropping another Metallurgist? Yeah. So if left hook can get either of these mana, then it is Macantor Town. Magmar bot with the lava slasher. Right in the middle tile. So some options for removal. Left hook could just throw down a natural select. Homeostatic rebuke does a decent chunk of damage. Could just punch, throw out a crater. Really weighing his options. Making use of his time bar to see multiple turns in the future. Because this Lava Slasher is probably going up. Get some more mana. Oh, maybe it's just going to hit itself. Magmar bot might even want to just trade his Lava Slasher in for a bit of damage. Because the CMP is still 2 turns off, so it can't be reached now. Hitting Voth when your enemy has the attacking damage advantage isn't great. So ties it up, 3-3. Doesn't opt to attack though. Oh, what a natural select. The smaller the board is, the better that spell gets. And then Magmar bot. Holding on to the CMP, gonna be pretty spicy next turn. Or at least it just kicks a point of damage off your opponent. Immortal Strength. The heal. So now Voth is big enough that he starts one-shotting Mccanter. But Drogon is here, which means left hook hits for 8. Ooh, the 420 taking down the 412. EMP is probably still fine though. Gets rid of all these buffs. Makes a nice threat. Probably going to want to fade to the corner, take out the Healing Mystic, drop the EMP. Or just standing place, that's fine. Health bar is getting low though. Oh, Saurian Finality? Hold up. This thing has way too many lines of text. Oh, stun the enemy, gain 3 attack, lose 3 mana, heal for 10. Oh, what an ultimate. And one more hit's lethal. No stunning options. This Voth cannot be stopped. EMP hits for a third. Even this Drogon coming in is lethal. It could be stunned, but then you die to Voth. Magmar Bard already thinking of what to side out for game number 2, maybe. Well, the Golem Metallurgist plus the Rage Binder does give him an extra turn to live. So it's time to whip out the Mercantor Warbeast! Yep. Mercantor Warbeast and game's getting one. That is a natural combo if I've ever seen it. Congratulations to Left Hook for taking game number 1 versus Magmarbot. Again, these guys are running these lists. And best of 3. Let's see if Left Hook is about to make it again to semis, or if Magmarbot can bot his way out of this one. 2-0, going in 3, 2, 1. Game number 2. Left Hook versus Magmarbot, with Left Hook up 1. Magmarbot finding his Flaming Stampede. Silithar pretty decent turn 1. Because Natural Select doesn't even cleanly deal with it. Need this BTA to also take it out. Magmarbot really could use that mana, because being able to drop a Lightbender in their face is great. Ragebinder's alright. And if this Blood Tier Alchemist runs away, the Scorn just kills it later. Crater's a really nice way to deal with eggs. It's like a baby version of Scorn. Kind of an awkward turn here for Magmarbot, because 6 mana is the sweet spot. The 5 mana doesn't do anything. So ideally a turn could be dirtled, and then next turn get a mana tile. That's some wishful thinking though. Like, Ragebinder could be placed diagonally or below. Okay. Yeah, I could just play like this. It'd be spicy. A face is the place. This Lava Slasher, really good way to deal with Kron. Bounded Life Force is some funny secret damage. So Magmarbot needs to keep himself above 10. But really it's 10 plus the buffs, because these Immortal Strengths carry over. Oh, Magmarbot finding more late game tech. This finality is way too early. And sure, this Scorn could trade with the Earth Sister. You have to run away from it because it'll hit everything for that much damage. It's probably the play, though. Just run away, take the crater, delete the board, and drop a 3 cost. Okay, taking off some buffs instead. And Scorn being alive is pretty nice. Because if that hits left hook, then he's dead to a bounded life force, so he'd have to watch out. Although Magmar Bot notably is not running that card, so that's not one thing you'd have to play around. Oh, better luck playing around this. Mechanic being nasty. He's at killing damage and doesn't quite know it yet. Force field is nice from the lion, but it's actually not enough. Mechanic could be turned into an egg. Yeah, force field. Gives him an extra hit. And this is cashed in, big damage. Only 8 hit points left for left hook. And he could make himself a 10-10, but the force field gets in the way. So it has to burn a turn dealing with that. Extreme danger mode for Magmar Bot. He can't quite heal himself up. Can't quite make a wall. Can't quite cast Saurian Finality. Everything is narrowly not there enough. This Rage Binder doesn't even heal. Gotta replace to find something that makes it heal. Or one more point of damage, like a Blood Tier Alchemist, because 4 damage from the Cantor, another point of damage from the Overload. Hit for 7? It's so close! He's so close! You gotta have faith in the replace. Oh no! The 2 steps back? Oh no! The EMP! Oh, and then the replace. Well, good game. Bounded life force. It's a 10-sided die. And just like that, left hook has slain Magmar Bot 2-0. Yeah, well played to all. Those are all of our matches for today, and we have our top 4 decided, because out of all these, Agent Cypher 19 and Snowy Onion, Snowy had to drop, so Agent Cypher advanced, and we'll be facing Left Hook in the semifinals. And on the top side of the bracket, it will be Stoic Rooster versus Poncho Mango. That's one hell of a matchup. The 2 trophies are clashing. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, well, unfortunately we don't have another 3 games to go through today, but we'll have some pretty high-octane matches coming up. It's actually a shame they're only best of 3. It's going to be a really short next series, but it is going to be so good. Today's games are pretty sweet too. But with that, I'll leave you all at it. See you guys next time. Have a good evening, /morning, /whatever. Adios.